So this week we're in a heat wave, and I'm getting over being sick. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm sure I sound a little nasally. I usually do, especially with the hot weather. But this week, my grocery shopping was a little bit more, I guess, just kind of like in the moment. Like I didn't really have a plan. I just knew I wanted stuff that I can cook quickly and didn't have to use a lot of heat for. We don't have central air. We just have regular like window air conditioners. And my AC in my car went out. So I had to kind of be quick and I didn't really get a chance to plan everything. I just kind of, because I was going to wait until next week to go grocery shopping, but honestly, we needed a bunch of stuff and we needed fresh fruit and meat and just stuff for just quick meals. So, and we needed milk. So I decided I was just going to go early. I went to Target and Trader Joe's because I wanted to get a kiddie pool from Target. And then while I was there, I was like, I might as well just, grocery shop a little bit. And then I just decided to go to Trader Joe's because we needed almond milk and I wanted to get some meat. I normally would get Bell and Evans if I wasn't getting from the farm, but I didn't really have the chance to go to Stop and Shop because it was so hot by the time I even got to Target that I was like, I'm just gonna run to Trader Joe's because it's on the way home. The farm wasn't open yet, so I couldn't just go in there because I was, like I said, I was on like a, time limit. So I just went to Trader Joe's and I got the best chicken I could find. And then same with the eggs. I didn't get what I normally would get from the farm. Like I didn't get my eggs from the farm this week. So I got Vital Farms, which I don't love, but they were the best option there. And like I said, I didn't really have time. I didn't know when I was at Target that I was going to go to Trader Joe's. Otherwise, I would have just gotten the eggs there. But it is what it is. Sometimes we just do what we can. And my budget was $100. My goal was $100. I absolutely did not only spend $100. I know that for a fact. Things are insane right now. Even at Trader Joe's, they have like the best prices that I could find. But it's just so insane. I mean, I could go on and on about this and the food prices and the prices of everything. It's so sad to see that, people obviously are trying to figure out what can last the longest. So they're not going to prioritize how well something is for them or how nutritious, I guess, because they just need it to last. And I completely understand that thought process because if you have to feed your kids and your family, you're not thinking about like, oh, if I get this, then, it's going to be better for us, but it's not going to last as long. You're going to go for more of the processed stuff because it's going to feed you guys. Even though it's not real food, you're kind of just trying to figure out what's going to last you longer. So I totally understand that. And it's really sad that we're in this position. I just wish that we could normalize growing your own food, going to local farmers, all of those types of things. So I'm doing the best I can. Gonna try to eventually stop going to grocery stores for most of my things, except like certain things and cereals and that kind of stuff. But everything else, I'm gonna try to get local. But right now, it's just kind of financially, obviously, it's expensive, but also we're in like a weird in-between stage in New York where things are growing but not producing yet or just starting to produce. So it's just... Okay, so I'm going to start with Target. I got more than just food at Target, but I'm only going to include the food in this one. So I'm going to figure out the total at the end and then give the final total price, but I will read the prices of everything. So to start, I got 2 of the 18 count organic pasture raised eggs just to show. There's 2 of them. They're, yeah, the 18 count. They were, so in total it's $23.58. They were $11.79 each. I would have loved to have gotten the eggs from my farm like I normally do, but they were not open and I was in a time crunch because it was so hot out and my AC isn't working. So had to do what I had to do. Didn't know I already said it, but I didn't know I was going to Trader Joe's. So had to get the eggs from there. So next, I don't know, because it's kind of, I'm pretty sure, see, it just says berries on here. It doesn't say, I got blueberries and strawberries. I'm going to go with, I'm just going to say that the blueberries were, because these are organic blueberries, these were, I'm assuming $3.99. And then I got a pack of organic strawberries. I'm going to say these are $5.99. They might be reversed. It might be the strawberries are $3.99 and the blueberries are $5.99, but I think usually the strawberries are more expensive in my area, so I'm assuming the strawberries were $5.99 and the blueberries were $3.99, but either way, one was one. So next would be the organic. I just got whole milk. This was $3.99. This is just the Good and Gather brand. And then I got Cocoa Pebbles, the family size, which I will say, if you're gonna get any kind of cereal like that, definitely go to Target. It seems to be the cheapest in my area. I don't really shop at Walmart. I'm not crazy about Walmart for various reasons, but I do occasionally go to Target and I try to get groceries there. If I know I'm going to be getting something like Cocoa Pebbles or, you know, just a regular brand, I will try to get it from Target because it's usually cheaper, especially cheaper than Stop and Shop. So the family size, which is probably not even family size, 19 ounces. I feel like it used to be bigger, but that's another story. Yeah, the Cocoa Pebbles was $5.29. And then finally at Target, I just got a bunch of bananas. There's 7 bananas for $2.03. So that was it for Target. That was all the food items I got. Probably would have gotten the strawberries and blueberries and bananas I think were, they're about the same. I think it was like either 27 or 29 cents at Trader Joe's. So I would have definitely gotten probably most of this stuff except the Cocoa Pebbles at Trader Joe's if I knew I was going to Trader Joe's, but it is what it is. Sometimes we do that. So I will do the total at the end to get a final count of how much I spent. Wanted to spend only $100, definitely did not spend only $100, so hopefully it's less than $150. I would be happy with that. I don't think that I got nearly enough items for it to be that expensive, but that's where we're at right now, so. Okay, so I just did the total for Target. So before tax, it came out to $44.87. And then with tax, which was $3.93, it came out to $48.80, which is insane. I did not get nearly enough money, nearly enough products for the amount of money. I spent almost $50 and got, 4 or 5 items. I could get into this and talk about it for hours. Like I said, I'm not going to because there's no point. It's just going to stress me out, and it's just insane how much food costs. And Target is pretty cheap compared to other places. Trader Joe's as well. So hopefully we didn't do too bad at Trader Joe's. I'm not looking at the total right now. So, and I don't really remember what I spent. I think it was like 70 something dollars. So, okay, to start, I got the cinnamon squares. This is a 12.2 ounce box for $2.99. Then the weekly pepperoni pizza for $5.99. I made brownies last week and I had cacao, not cocoa, and it was a little bitter. So I'm hoping this is unsweetened, so it probably won't help, but I needed more anyway. So this is just Trader Joe's brand cocoa powder. The unsweetened, it's 9 ounces. It was $3.49. Then, so I got, let me see how it was rang up, because so I got 4 packs of the organic free range drumsticks, because when I got a couple of weeks ago, I don't remember if it was in the video I filmed or if, I'm pretty sure I added that into one of the Stop and Shop videos. I got drumsticks. I only got 1 pack. There was 5 in it, just like this one is. Was not enough for for me and my husband. So I decided that I'm going to start getting 2 packs of them, and that'll be a meal. If there's leftovers for lunch tomorrow, then great. So I got 4 of these because I wanted to be able to make a few meals out of them. I'm going to just freeze 2 packs and then leave 2 packs out. We'll probably have them tonight or tomorrow. So this is, like I said, a 5 count. This one was $5.74. They're priced at $2.99 a pound. I was going to they had a family pack. I was going to get the family pack, but then I looked at the price. For the smaller pack, it was $2.99 a pound. And then for the bigger one, it was $3.99 a pound. So I was like, I'm just going to get 4 of these instead of 2 of the family pack. And I think there was only 8 in each of the family packs. No, I don't even think there was 8. I think there might have been 6. It wasn't even anything. It wasn't like a huge difference. No, I think there was like 7 or 8 of them. But yeah, so this one was $5.74. This one was $5.92. Then $6.16. And finally $5.74. So I normally go to Stop and Shop and get Bell & Evans because it's air chilled, but I already said the story, so we did what we had to. So just got 4 of these 5 packs of drumsticks. So that should be about 2.5 meals. So, well, I would probably be able to get a little more depending on how hungry I am. But yeah, so that was the chicken. And then next I got the organic tomatoes. These are just cherry tomatoes. I have been on a tomato kick. These were $2.99 for 10 ounces. Then we got organic seedless grapes. These are the green grapes. 2 pounds. $6.99. So then, yeah, I did the drumsticks. Then I got my weekly bacon for $5.99. And then this was different. I wanted to try something new. Like I said, it's hot. I don't like to cook a lot in the summer in general. Usually I'm just like air fryer or throwing it on the grill. That's kind of what I do. In the summer, I'm not a summer person at all. Put me in snow. I want 70 at most, like maybe an 80-degree weather day. That is it. I am not meant for the summer. I've never liked the summer. I mean, I guess when I was younger, I liked being at the beach or a pool or whatever, which I still do. I mean, but I don't like being sweaty. I'm just I want to be bundled up or just, in regular clothes, walking around, not sweating. I like the fall and winter. Those are my two favorite seasons. Surprisingly, I would say the summer is my third because I could go swimming or in the air conditioner. I do not like the spring at all. If I could just have fall, winter, a little bit, like maybe a month at most of summer, and I'm talking 80-degree occasionally, that's my ideal. So I did decide this week that I was going to try something new for myself. Just a quick meal. We're in a heat wave. I don't want to be cooking an entire meal. So I did buy this. It's just flatbread, and it looked really good. I've never had it. So this one was $5.49. This is 12 ounces. So I was looking at the ingredients. The only ingredient that I would say that I don't really love in here is sunflower oil, but it's honestly not the worst. It was definitely I was surprised. Trader Joe's has better ingredients than I was expecting, like looking at the processed stuff, because growing up, we did go to Trader Joe's, but it was far, so we didn't go a lot. And I just remember always thinking oh, it's just processed garbage. And it is. I mean, it's not good for you. I'm not going to sit here and say yeah, you should eat this all the time. But there's definitely worse things you could be eating. And I checked the ingredients, only sunflower oil. Do I wish it wasn't in there? Yeah, obviously. I think we could do better. But I am not complaining about the fact that it's an option for a day like this or a week like this, because it seems like it's going to be pretty hot. So that was $5.49. So next is organic cut and peeled carrots. This is 16 ounces, so a pound. For $1.99. And then the almond milk for $2.99. A bag of plums, 2-pound bag of plums for $3.99. We've been going through plums, peaches, grapes, anything. I want fruit, vegetables, things I can just eat and not have to think about as much. So yeah, plums, $3.99. Then we got a bag of peaches, 2-pound bag of peaches, $4.99. And then because we were sick, we went through a lot of tea. So the organic peppermint herbal tea, $2.99 for 20 bags. So I think I'm going to start buying my tea there. And then finally, just a bag of avocados. I didn't get mini avocados this week because they were too ripe. My house can get very hot and the avocados go really, they get really mushy really fast. So I didn't even bother with that. I just got a regular 4-count bag of avocados for $4.99. So that was $79.16. So the total at Trader Joe's was $79.16. And then I'm just going to add, because I don't remember what the total was from Target, but I did take a screenshot. $48.80. So the total was $127.96. So still over even my max $125 budget. I still think that what I spent for what I got was insane. I don't think $130 should be the total for the amount of stuff I got. I understand I got some meat and it is organic. Most of the stuff that I got is organic, which I know adds more to the price. I don't think we should have organic versus not organic. I think all of it should just be organic. I think pesticides shouldn't be in our food, but can't change it, just doing the best I can. I do get some processed foods, obviously, for, cereals, which I don't really, I mean, occasionally I'll have some cereal because there's days where I just don't feel good and I just need to eat something quick. I try not to eat it a lot because it just, I don't feel good. I know it's not good for me. I try to just stick to like meat, fruit, vegetables. I did just start adding rice into my food, into my diet again. But only a little bit, and I'm still trying to figure out if it's working for me. I like quinoa better. It tastes better to me. I think it's a little more fun to like play around with. So I'm going to start eating quinoa. I'm going to start doing my grain mill, but it's very hot right now. So I'm not trying to bake bread. Just being honest. I definitely didn't think about how much heat my oven really does give off. And I have the Ninja, the big one, I always forget what it's called, but the one that has the air, like the 2 levels, but it still isn't good for like bread. I also have a bread maker that I got from my grandmother. It was like the Bread Master something. But the problem is the tray that it comes with is a little like scratched up, and I don't know if I want to use it the way it is, and I can't really find like a replacement. I'm still looking. I'm trying to see if like eBay or thrifting or something, they have a tray that I could buy for it, because I don't want to get rid of it. It was my grandmother's. And it's probably like the one thing I do still have from my grandmother. So I'm going to see what I could do with that and have like an actual bread maker. I don't want to buy one because I use my oven. It's just kind of right now, this week I'm saying I'm not going to make bread. So probably once it cools, because it's supposed to get a little bit cooler again. I think it's supposed to drop back down to the 80s next week. So maybe then I'll do it. Definitely want to start my sourdough starter again. Try the einkorn starter. Really excited for that. But yeah, so $127 and something cents. I don't remember what I said, but basically 130. It's not great, but I tried to buy the healthiest things that I could for the amount of money, and I don't think we're doing too bad. I still have some frozen asparagus and frozen cauliflower rice. So those will probably be like sides for the chicken. We usually, if I'm being honest, we don't really do sides when we have like drumsticks or wings or anything. We kind of just eat a bunch of the meat. That's why I wanted drumsticks. I prefer drumsticks over wings because I think they're a little more filling than just buying the wings. And then I also have I think I have like 2 whole chickens in my freezer from Butcher Box that I want to start using up. I'm probably gonna either I don't know what I want to do with them. I don't know if I want to put them in a crock pot, because now that we're in the summer months, I like to like have crispier instead of like the soups and the, that kind of like cut up chicken. I prefer like wings and drumsticks and marinated chicken thighs and that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking I might just do where I just kind of split the chicken up before I cook it. Still figuring all that out in my head. But yeah, so that was my total. That was my grocery haul. I'm going to go because he's getting upset. And thank you for watching. I hope you join me next week.